Very good morning and good evening. Parminder here. Welcome to SAP S/4HANA Simple Logistics new chapter. I hope you all are able to hear me clearly and you can also see my screen. Can you please quickly confirm?
Yes, we can hear you and also see the screen.
Okay, thank you guys. So I will quickly go through that what we have done in our last session and we'll proceed ahead from there. So basically in our last session, we were doing basic system setup and configuration. So that is the part we were doing in our last session. Uh, so under that part, we have seen that the enterprise structure we have created, the company codes we have created, plant we have created, storage location we have created. I hope you all guys also has followed and you have done the same exercise as we suggested and you have set it up your system. To guide you, we have also put it the steps which we have done. We have also put it in a document and it is available in Sastrageek website. To quickly show you where you can get that information if you are still not gone through. So you all guys have access to this page, our cockpit page. So here we have a button hands-on exercise. I hope you guys have gone through this button. Apart from all other details which is there related to the session notes and other things, we also have here hands-on exercise. So once you go through the hands-on exercise, so we have almost put it 3 exercise for Fiori designer. There is an exercise for KPI design to create your KPI and save it as and save it as a tile. There is exercise, and for the basic system configuration also there is this exercise is there. So all of the things which we have done, we have put it here. So first thing we have done, we have created a company code. Okay, after creation of the company code, we have gone through and we have create all of our org structure, plant division, sales organization, purchase organization, shipping point, and then we have done the assignment activity. So all the screenshots with the configuration path is available here, which you need to follow. So assignment of the sales, assignment of the purchase, shipping point assignment, that everything we have put it here. All the finance related transaction, also we have put it here, that related to finance, what kind of settings we need to do. We need to create a chart of accounts, we need to create a G accounts, we need to put variants, we need to make sure that the document splitting is switched off for our company code. All the screenshots with the navigation path is available here. Okay, then we have created different account groups. On what basis we have created account groups is available, and then configurations and the GL accounts, when we need to create a different GL accounts, that things is also available here. Okay, everything is available in the screenshots. If you still not configured your system, please do it as soon as possible, because when we proceed ahead, we would be facing, we would be doing a lot of transactions in the Fiori and in the GUI side. So the basic configuration is necessary. If you have not done that, you would not be able to do the hands-on exercise. So this is where basically we got stuck. We were trying a sanity check for FB50. We were trying to post a document and we find that the document cannot be posted because of the parallel GL issue. Okay, so we have also put it a screenshot. If that issue comes, how you need to resolve it. I will today also tell that this is little bit system inconsistency. This issue doesn't come all the time. So there are some tricks to avoid this issue to come. That will also, I will let you know. But if this issue comes, how you can get it resolved in our system, that screenshot we have mentioned here. So basically what we have done that all of our company code we have removed from the extension ledger, and by doing that we would be able to do the posting. So we have corrected around 60 extension ledgers over there. We have removed it from there, and now we would be able to post our document. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do that in our last session we were not able to do that FB50 transaction. We were not able to do the sanity check whether from the finance side, from the GL side, the system configurations are okay or not. So that sanity check we'll be doing it first, and post that we will proceed ahead with the master data creation. But before I go ahead, if you guys have any questions, you can ask it now. Any question queries from the previous session, if you have, you can ask it now. Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, I will proceed ahead. We will do the transaction where we have left, and let's go ahead now. Okay, so I need to go to our system. Let me log into our system and we'll do the transaction where we have left. So we were doing one posting of GL accounts. Okay, so this we were doing. So I will copy this date. I will put it here. This is FB50 transaction. We were trying to do one debit and credit scenario. We were trying to debit inventory and credit our bank account, which we have created. I need to change company code. Our company code we are working on SG02. So our company, our GL account, if you remember, the 1000 GL account was there for inventory. That I will debit with the amount 50. And our 4001 was our bank. I will credit it with 50. I need to resolve this issue by going in detail of this item. I need to put this due date here. I'm putting this due date of today. Then I will try to save it. So the document has posted. You can see it. 1001 document has been posted. Last time we were getting an error due to the parallel GL. Now the document has been posted. So we can display the document from here. So this is the document has been posted. The accounts has been posted. So it shows that from the individual finance side, our configurations are correct. Although we still need to link finance with our logistics module, so that we will be when we will be doing a logistics transaction, these accounts which we have created should be automatically determined, and then we would be able to do the postings, the GR postings and other postings. We should be able to do it. Okay, so that thing all we will be doing when we'll go ahead into the finance, into our logistics transaction. Step by step, we'll do the configuration, that the basic config will enhance to do our scenarios which we need to do it. So this is the basic configurations which we have done. The next thing, one more thing we have done it. We have also activated our material ledger. So we discussed about the material ledger, that material ledger configuration would be mandatory. We need to activate. So this is a transaction which we have gone through. We have also activated material ledger. So what happened with the material ledger activation? When you create a material, you cannot manually put a tick of material ledger. It comes automatically. Okay, with that automatic tick, which comes within the material ledger, this activation of is very much required. Otherwise, you will not be able to do any logistics transaction. To do any logistics transaction, it is very important first to activate your material ledger. Okay, and any project you are working, the first thing you need to do it once the material ledger has been activated, you need to go into your system, just try to create a master data. So I'm going to the transaction MM01. Okay, so I will just put a material just for the checking purpose. Our company code is SG20 FG1. Okay, and I'm directly going to the accounting views. SG02. Okay, so you need to check here the material ledger. So now here it's material ledger tick has come up. Why this material ledger tick has come? Because we have done the 3-step to activate the material ledger. Some people find this trouble in the projects. They go ahead and create a material master, all the material master upload and everything they have done, but the material ledger is not active. So there is a little bit inconsistency in the system. Sometime what system does, it will allow you to create a material. It will not throw an error, but whenever you will try to do any logistics transaction, the errors would be there. The material ledger is not ticked. And then what happens when you try to go and tick it from the material master, it doesn't allow you because it's a grade field. So you need to connect, you need to raise a OSS message to your SAP team, and SAP team has a special program which they run from the background to remove the inconsistency in all of your materials. Okay, so people come back and say that, hey, Parminder, we got stuck with here, and we were not knowing that this thing is required, but I have told, okay, you need to do it this. First do the material ledger activation and then start creating your material master. You will not be facing trouble. Okay, if this tick is not there in your material master, it is not coming automatically. Please don't maintain any material master data manually or through the any backend mass maintenance tool. Please don't do it. Please fix your configuration first and then move forward. Okay, guys. So the basic configuration has been done. Now we are going to start with the creation of master data. So with the creation of master data, the first thing we will be discussing is the creation of material master. So in the creation of material master, first thing we will be discussing that what are the simplification, the high level simplification are available within the material master. Okay. So now we are jumping into our simplification. Actually, from the today's session, we are jumping into the simplifications. We are jumping into the data part, that what would be the difference between ECC and S4 HANA. What are the new functionalities? What are the changes has been introduced? We are going to discuss it now. Okay. Okay, guys. So the first thing we are going to discuss that what are the changes are there in the material master. Material master changes. Okay, so in the material master, the first change is the character or field length of your material has been changed from 18 character to 40 character. In ECC, you can create a material where the length of the material can be only 18 character. In S4 HANA, you would be able to create your material and the length would be the 40 character. This in the multiple projects when we were working, I was personally working in ECC, we faced a lot of issues, a lot of problems whenever the customer client, many times they are not able to set up their materials within the 18 character. They were having a requirement to set up a material with the longer character limits and SAP was not supporting it. Now with S4HANA, the first change SAP has done to make sure to satisfy that business requirement which is coming from multiple places, to make sure that all the materials can be created up to 40 characters. Okay, this looks a smaller change from the overview point of view, just the field limit has changed, but the material is the heart of SAP system. It is a pumping device which pumps your whole ERP. It sits center of your data model. It makes sure all of the things has been linked with each other together. So technically it was a quite big change which SAP has done as soon as they have moved to S4 HANA. So this is available from first version from 15.11 onwards itself. This field length in the material has been changed and this change is available. Then there are another changes there in the material. The second change is batch master fields. So batch master field also has been changed. I will be discussing each topic in detail. This change is only available through 1809. What is this change? We are going to discuss and talk about in detail. How the batch maintenance master data will be little bit tweaked in SAP S4 HANA. Then, so these are the generic changes which is going to impact all of your modules. Then they have done the module specific changes. There's a new tab has been introduced. So I'm not going to discuss each and everything, but high level things we'll discuss. The module specific things in the material master, we will be discussing in the module itself. Okay. Advanced planning tab has been introduced to get integrated between your master data and the PPDS system. That tab has been introduced. There is some selection method related changes are there. Your bombs can be only selected with production version. That is your MRP4 view changes are there. Then storage location as storage location level MRP. There were some fields in MRP4 that has been removed. And introduction of new maintain product master. All its initial stage, it has little bit started working from 1809, although the first version was available in 1610. They discontinued that first version. They come up with the new Fiori application. So from 1809, it is in a decent form, it is available. It is also available in 1909, but still have some bugs. Okay, not a very great application, but a very good and promising start. So these are the high level changes which will be there in Material Master. In today's session, what we are going to discuss, we will be focusing on these two. Then all other master data related changes, when we'll go into SDMMPP, we'll be discussing it. This is a generic change which is going to impact each and every module. So first we are going to focus in these two. Field length changes and batch master changes. And then we'll be also creating a material master. We'll also see this, this Fiori application also, we'll see it. Now the first question we need to answer it, where to extend material length. Why we are not able to satisfy our requirement with the 18 character, within the 18 character, why do we need a longer material number? What is the exact business requirement? And then why SAP has done that major technical change? Okay, I will take a pause and try to check from you if you have faced any issues in your ECC projects where basically you are not able to check, you are not able to satisfy your business requirement, and business was asking for material which should be more than, for more than 18 characters. What are those requirements? Why we need to do it? Anyone?
Yeah, one of the things I came across is when the company went on global template and acquiring different companies. So they already had 18 characters, and now with different companies, they wanted their like backend uh, naming convention plus 18. So that's one of the things I would say.
Yeah, that is one of the reason why companies wants to move. Harmonization with the different system, have a linkage with their old system. They want to integrate with some more system, and other system has a limit more than 18. That is one of the case. Anyone else?
Products, the products increase with every version, and the number of each country wants to denote the material by its own naming convention.
Naming convention is very important, so that is one of the major reason. I will elaborate a little bit more. Anyone has any other thing which you want to highlight it? Okay, so if you don't have anything else, let me elaborate it a little bit more. So why to extend the material length? So material length is available as a 18 character. What are the business requirements are there which is imposing SAP to extend the material length? So they are in the material. When we create a material, there is a two way we define a material. One way we call it as a stupid number. The another way we define a material is a intelligent number. Both has its own advantages and disadvantages. What is stupid number? Stupid number is, let's say, 1 1 0 2 3 4 5 7. So this number itself doesn't tell you anything. You need to go and description, and within the description you would be able to check and find, oh, it is a soap 300 gram. Okay, the number doesn't tell you anything. This is just a stupid number. This number doesn't tell you anything. Intelligent number is basically a number which would be having intelligence its own. So it would be denoting some part, and by seeing them you would be able to tell what kind of material is this. So let's say it would be starting with the brand or major category. So let's say this soap is of brand Dove. So DV dash beauty product dash soap dash. Some people also mention the pack size 5 into 1, 300 gram. So some businesses want to set up their material like this, so that as soon as they see the material, not exactly, each business has a different requirement, but as soon as they see the material, they would be able to know that what kind of material it is. Okay, as soon as they see, they will be able to know what kind of material it is. And in the reports also, it is very helpful. You would be able to just put star BP star, and all of the materials which is beauty products would come up, or DV star, all of the Dove products will come up, star SP star, all of the soaps will come up. Okay, so in the reports it would be helpful. As soon as you see this material, you would be able to know what it is. All of the reports, this would be available. So anybody see the report, he would be able to know this is a material. When you will be printing this code into your labels or other things, with the visual identification, you would be able to tell what exactly it is. In this one, every time with this, you need to also associate the description. Okay, so when business try to fit, this is called the naming convention, or this is called the nomenclature of a material. When business try to set up this naming convention or nomenclature, many times they said that that many number of products they have that it doesn't fit 18 characters. They want more than that. More than 18 characters are required. Okay, so for that kind of reason, they would be requesting to have a material length which is more than 18 character. That is one of the reason. Second, why business want to adopt this kind of thing? It also helps to reduce duplications. How it helps to reduce duplications? It helps to reduce duplication because once you have defined this nomenclature, anyone who need to create a material, they need to follow this same nomenclature. And when if they are following the same nomenclature, if this product already exists, it will pop up. You would not be able to follow the nomenclature. You would not be able to create the duplicated products. However, here you can create a product 1, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Again, soap 300 gram. Okay, so it helps you to reduce the duplicacy. That is the advantage of the left-hand side intelligent number, and that is the biggest reason that why businesses wants more than the 18 character. But there are also a little bit disadvantages also for this one. If you go ahead with this approach, you need a very strict control. You need a very strict control. You need a master data management team who can govern and make sure that all the materials has been created within the given nomenclature only. And if you have created a wrong material, it is not a beauty product, it is something else, but you have created it as a BP-SP and you have done your transaction, you are gone. Once it has gone wrong, it has gone wrong. Here, if 458 is created as a SOP 300 gram, but you say it's not SOP 300, it's SOP 500 gram, you can actually change the description and proceed ahead. Okay, so that is one of the requirement that why more than 18 character is required. The another requirement from business is your system, whether it's a ECC system, or it's a S4 HANA system. Many times it gets connected with the multiple system. It can be the third party system also. We faced this problem when we were working on a ECC project and we were integrating with the level 2 system. Level 2 systems is your basically machine system. In a steel industry, we were having a very intelligent machines from Germany. So they have their own production orders within the machine. They have their own set of master data, production numbers, even the material codes, everything is there in the level 2 machine. It's basically a big machine line, and the machine line has been controlled with the big system which has been installed. So that system has its own intelligence. So we want to use that intelligence and get linked our ECC system to this L2 system, but this was having its own nomenclature. So in this nomenclature, the metallurgical, what is the amount of iron, magnesium, that also they have included in the material number itself. So their material number was going up to 24 character. So there they will be having a standard for the steel industry. They were having a standard materials which was up to 24 character, but SAP supports only 18 character. So we faced a lot of challenges there. If we finally we need to do the interface between both, we ended up doing a mapping table. We are 18 character of ECC number is mapped with the 28 character of the level 2 machine. This mapping table, creation of a mapping table is not a big thing. The problem is there with the end user. end user who also work on the level 2 machine, and end user who also work on the SAP system. It's very hectic job for him that he need to remember the two material numbers. If he is using a L2, he need to put some another material number. If he is using a SAP systems, he need to use another material number. Okay, so that is quite a cumbersome thing for the end user. Any questions till now?
I mean that now in automatic number system, alphanumeric can be possible. I fix the alpha and the other is the numeric one.
Alphanumeric numbers are always possible in ECC also, in S4HANA also. If you want to give the automated alphanumeric numbers, you need to do the enhancement.
Okay.
That on what basis your number should come. For one of the company we have done, where this alphanumeric number come automatically. So what we have done, we have designed a special MDM system for that. One of the place we have done it by using MDG, Master Data Governance, where business people put the characteristics. Okay, they put that, okay, what are the characteristics of the material, and based on the characteristics of the material, our enhancement generate automatically an external number.
So currently without MDM not possible.
Possible. With enhancement it is, without MDG is also possible, but you need to develop your own program for that.
Okay, so ready-made not available, you are saying.
Ready-made is not available because each and every business has their own. Ready-made is that you need to put it manually.
No,
automatically with the enhancement.
Half of the field can be numeric alpha, and other one will be serially increasing.
With enhancement.
Okay.
With enhancement, very much possible. We have done multiple places. Anyone else? Any other question? Okay. So now you understand that why is this requirement? Why the extension of material length is required by business? The basic thing you have understand, and that has been increased by business, increased by SAP going into SAP S4HANA. Now I would be touching little bit technical part of it, that how technically this can be achieved. Material length extension. Technical part we are going to discuss. Guys, if you are not speaking, please mute. Okay. So material length extension, technical part we are going to discuss it. So as soon as you come to S4HANA, okay, your Matner is a technical name of the field, material, is already available as a 40 character. Your Matner is already available as a 40 character, which means that technical capability is already there. Technical capability is already there as soon as you come to S4HANA. The database level, the data fields level, and the data structure level, all the fields which are the material field or which are linked to material, all of your IDOC structures, these all things will get modified automatically. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you would be able to create a material with the 40 characters. Okay, you need to do another set of config. So there's a two transaction you need to run to do the config, so that you would be able to extend your limit from 18 character to 40 character. The first transaction you need to run is FLETS. Okay, here you need to say that 18 to 40 is applicable for me. Okay, Second transaction you need to do, this one is new. This one is old configuration only. OMSL. In OMSL, you define that what should be the length of, what is the length of material you required. Maybe you want to extend it from 18, but you don't want to allow people to create a 40 character materials. Okay, you want to extend to 18, but with 24 characters, you would be able to satisfy your requirement. So what should be your limit? You need to define here in OMSL. So once you do this config, and once you do the OMSL config, you would be able to set it up your system so that you would be able to create a materials which would be larger than 18 characters. Okay. Now the question comes, when the field length is 18, why this additional configuration has been given? Okay. Why this additional configuration has been given? With this additional configuration, SAP also takes, they will be mentioning a SAP note here, and they would also take your sign off in this config. So basically in this config, what SAP is doing is taking your sign off that you have gone through the mentioned SAP note and you have gone through the complications or the side effects, okay, which can happen by increasing the field length to 40 character. Okay. So there can be some consequences to increase the field length. That's why the additional configuration has been given, where SAP is taking your sign off. Boss, you sign it off before you extending. Tomorrow, if some problem comes, you don't come and tell to me that I have increased it 40 character. I was not knowing that there can be some complication, there can be some side effects, there can be something which I need to take care of. Some design can break. Okay, so you need to go and read the SAP note, and by reading the SAP note, you make sure that you understand what kind of side effects can be there, or what kind of things you need to check it before you do the extension of your material to 18 to 40 characters. Okay, so side effects and the implications we need to check. Can anyone highlight, try to think that what kind of implications can come if you extend your material length from 18 to 40 characters?
In the reporting, existing reporting, like if there are any restrictions.
Reporting, yes, correct.
Existing BAPI.
Existing BAPIs, yes, very good.
Outputs.
Output forms, yes, very good. Yeah, all the things which you have identified very correctly. That these would be the things which we need to check. So as a functional consultant, what we need to focus on that the implications we have, we clearly understand the implications, and we tell our client that this is not as straightforward. We need to do this checks. If there is some implication, if there is some side effects, we need to address it. Sometimes what happens that business comes up that, okay, now 40 character is available, extend the 40 character. Okay, it should not be like that. There should be a strong business reason to adopt to a longer material numbers. So one of the biggest challenges, the one thing which we have said that the benefit of extended the material length, that also comes up as a challenge also. Okay, so you are having a S/4HANA system. Now this S/4HANA system need to link with the multiple different system. You need to link with the third-party system. You need to link with your Microsoft Dynamics system, which is your another region. Let's say the India region is using Microsoft Dynamics. You are on S/4HANA. It need to link with this system. It need to link with your SAP ECC system. let's say some another region, your Australia region is using this system, and you're having a linkage with this system. So you need to understand what is the linkage with the periphery systems. And in this periphery system, what kind of integration you have. If product or material is strongly linked, if product or material is strongly linked between these interfaces, and you increase from here 18 character to 40 character. So earlier you was maintaining a material which is 16 character. Suddenly you increase and you started materials with the 28 character. Okay, and this system, the third party system, it only supports 24 character. What will happen? Your integration design will fail. Same thing with this system can also happen. If your periphery system does not support the character of the length which you are increasing, then your integration design will fail. Either you need to say that, okay, we are not extending it, we'll still maintain with the 18, or in between this design, you need to do some enhancement again, or some kind of mappings you need to write, so that all of your BAPIs, IDOCs, or all another things which has been processed outside still would be operating it. Okay, so that is the first thing we need to understand, the periphery system impact. What is the periphery system? How many different kind of periphery systems are there? And there should not be any impact on the periphery systems. Otherwise, you will simply increase it here, but many things will get failed. And this is a very, very big challenge. Okay, if you go ahead and do a lot of things, whether you maintained your materials, everything you have done it, and then later point of time you come to know that one integration which you have not tested it, that's completely failing. We have faced these issues earlier in the projects. So make sure you check that, you check it thoroughly. What are the periphery? And in the periphery system, do we have integration with the material or product? If the integration is there, whether for product or material, they supports the higher character limit which you are increasing. So that need to be notified. So this is the one and very major thing. Second thing, your forms or your labels. You have already designed some forms and labels, especially when you're doing conversion coming from ECC to S4 HANA. In this forms, what happens for material, you would be giving some space here. Okay. Sometimes the forms are complicated. So what ABAPers does, they say, okay, the material is 18 character. So they only give a space where the 18 character comes. So what will happen if you increase the length, either only first 18 character would be displaying, or that field will overlap to the another fields. Your forms can get disturbed. Same thing, you need to check your labels. Output of your labels which you print. That label also have a only specified place. So there also we squeeze it to the available material length. If you are increasing your material length, your label can be disturbed. So that you need to check it off. Your reports also can have a same kind of problem. It should support the custom reports which you have created. It should be adopted so that the columns is not a hard fix. It should be adopted to the material field length available. So that are the high level of implications which as a functional consultant you should aware of. And whenever you are increasing your field length from 18 to 40, you need to go through SAP notes. SAP note also talk about the same implications which we are discussing now. Okay. There are some changes for this BAPIs or IDOCs also you need to perform. So the technical consultant perform that. There is special transactions and report has been given, which makes sure that our existing BAPIs and IDOCs are adopted to the new field. So basically what they have given, the IDOC structure, they cannot change it. there is some technically constraint. So within that IDOC structure, they have insert a new field, which is a 40 character. So now in your IDOC structure, you have two fields, material 40 and material 18. So whenever you are increasing your field length, you need to make sure that in your integration, you are using material 40 length, material 40 field for the integration you are using. So
Is that a new segment you have added?
Yes, kind of a new segment is added.
Okay, thanks.
Material 18 would be always populated. 40 would also be populated. You need to make sure wherever the integrations are there. And if you have extended your field length to the material 40, you need to make sure that you use material 40 length field. Any questions till now, guys? Okay.
So one question. So now, with your experience, when you go for this extension, and if the receiving system, which is a non-SAP system, so do they also do some development? Because or how do you take care of that? Suppose it's a third-party system. You just highlight that we are doing this change, or
so what we do, we need to do a larger evaluation. We need to do it. So that depends that how badly your business wants to go beyond 18 characters. Okay, so there you need to identify what is the business requirement, or how strong is the business requirement to go more than 18 characters. And then when you are checking interface, maybe one of the interface with the third party, okay, has some issue. Then you define that what is the weightage of this issue. Is it good to drop this business requirement, or we would be saying that if we do this, increase the 18 character, there would be help to user, okay, and 90% of the things which we are facing, the problems we are facing with the materials or with the non-intelligent codes, we would be able to resolve it. Okay, if that is having a more weightage, and then we can say that, okay, this issue we do by doing some enhancement. What kind of enhancement? Basically, the enhancement is mapping.
Middleware will take care of that, right?
Middleware can take care, this system can take care, or that system can take care. That depends on the technical architecture of your design, that where exactly the mapping is, which system is doing the mapping. It can be done by the middleware, it can be done by the source system, it can be done by the target system also.
Thanks, Parminder.
Sure. Okay. I will also here put a little bit picture that you should be aware of, that what is going to happen in case of conversion. So in case of conversion, what is going to happen? Let's discuss that also. Okay, now we are discussing conversion. Why I am discussing conversion here? Because sometimes people have some very miscommunications, okay, and especially from the business side, they don't understand the technical complications of it. So what happened in ECC, you are working, right? And you are working with the material which is a 16 character materials. Now you are moving to a new system with the conversion. Now you are moving to S4 HANA. And we are talking about we are moving with conversion. Okay. Here you need to activate post conversion. You need to activate FLETS. That can increase your material from 18 to 40. But during the conversion, whatever the materials are there which you have already created would be coming to your S4 HANA system with the 16 characters only. Your existing material will not automatically change from 16 characters to 40 character. The material which you have created here, AB12412, would be coming as a AB12412 only. It will not change. With this one, whatever after the conversion, you have done this configuration. After that, whatever the new materials you will create, those new materials can be created and they can have a field length which is more than 18 character. So what is happening if the business wants badly that they are pissed off with the material limited to 16 character and they want badly to move ahead and create a material with the 24 character, maybe based on their user requirement or based on the multiple systems they have which they want to integrate is supported with the higher. So in that case, the ideal way to go ahead is a greenfield implementation. If they want to totally change all of the material codes, this AB1241 should be changed to ABDLPC41393642, something like that, which is more than 18 characters. Okay, if they want to do this, they need to go ahead. The ideal approach for this is to go ahead with the greenfield implementation, where basically all of these materials would be uploaded as a new material code in the system. If they do the conversion, all of the materials would be available as it is. The new material after the conversion would be coming as more than 18 characters. In my experience, none of the business accepts it because that creates a more confusion. Half of the materials which has been newly created or few of the material which is newly created is following some another nomenclature, the bigger one, and all other materials are the smaller materials. So that creates more confusion within the business community and within the user community. So that they don't, business doesn't accept it. So wherever they have a strong requirement, they want to move ahead from 18 characters, they want to increase it. We suggest them the better approach is go ahead with the greenfield implementation. I hope you understand the dependency of this requirement to your decision of conversion or greenfield implementation. Any questions on this, guys?
How do you deal with the, in such a case, if the material number changes? I was thinking if there is a return with reference to a previous material. So after you go live, after some time. So how do you deal those kind of scenarios?
So those kind of scenarios, so whenever you have a return can be managed with the multiple scenarios, okay? With reference to purchase order, without reference to purchase order, through direct credit and debit scenarios through finance, okay? So if you have gone ahead with the greenfield implementation with the old purchase order, they are returning you, that return would be managed without reference to purchase order. And the material will come to the inventory in the new material code which you have created.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, any other question before we jump into system side? Okay, guys, if you don't have any other question, let's go into the system and let's check And let's try to create our materials. So first thing I will be showing you is the configurations, that where you need to do the configuration, where you can check the configuration. That is the first thing we need to do it. And once we check this configuration, we will try to create uh, our master data, which will be used in the further operations.
Using
Now,
Fiori can be done or not? This is
can be done. I will show you in Fiori also. Everything can be done with Fiori. Take it as a blanket statement. With the GUI application or the Fiori application, everything can be done through the Fiori. Whatever I am showing you, I will be showing in both systems. Okay. FLETS is the transaction which we have set, the configuration transaction. Here you can see there is the extend material number, and SAP is taking your sign off that you have gone through this note 2232396 and you understand, guys, the implications. What are the implications? We have already discussed. What can be the implication if you extend your material length? Okay, apart from this, SAP has, so this was with the initial 1511. With the 1610, SAP has introduced the stock requirement segment field, which is there available in your purchase orders and in your sales order. That also has been extended. And then they have extended some, later on in the version, they extended some of the finance related amount length field. This is related to finance. And this is, they have extended some fields related to your retail section, okay, in later version. So that has been, if you are working on 1610, you might be only seeing this one, the first one. So with the version upgrades, they have also extended few more field lengths. So this configuration for us, it is already done it, okay. Don't try to change it. Even it is, once you have done it, it's not changeable. Okay, once you have gone with the 40 character, it's there as it is, okay. And then the second thing is OMSL. OMSL is a standard transaction where basically you would be coming and putting your material number length. That is changeable, okay. Here you can come and change your material number length. 1 to 40 you can put it. Whenever you will be changing it, let's say you change from 40 to 30, okay. And the next time when you are creating a material, it would be applicable for the new materials. All the new materials would be created with this number length, okay. Existing materials would be there, still be there with the 40 characters. So this is the two configs which we need to do. Once these configs has been done, let's say come mm01 and let's try to create a material. So we have done the configuration, right? Now we would be able to create materials with the longer. So let me put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, I have put it a longer material. Okay, let's try to create. Okay, guys, you said, Parminder, you said we'll be able to create it, but we have an error. Okay, that's another limitation. Please make a note. It's not a blanket statement that materials length is extended to 40 character. All kind of materials you would be able to create. No, the numeric materials cannot be created more than 18 characters. The 18 character limit only exists for the alphanumerics. So let me do one thing. Let me put it here, SG02. Okay, and then I press enter. Now system tells me that I can proceed ahead. Okay, I would be able to proceed ahead as soon as I have given the material alphanumeric. So the alphanumeric numbers, you can create it more than 18 characters, but only numeric numbers would not be possible to create it more than 18 characters. Can anyone tell me what can be the reason behind it? What can be the logic behind it? Just try to brainstorm it, that why it is like that. Why it is like that?
Material number ranges has a limitation for the maybe.
Correct, Tara. Very correct statement. Awesome. You're to the point. So what happens when you define a numeric number, right? Whether it is internal or external, you define a range from here to here. Okay, you define a range. Now this, when you have extended the material number to 40 character, where you define this range, these fields also need to be extended to 40 characters. Okay, then only your numeric number you would be able to give a range which covers the 40 characters. And this is a very generic fields. SAP has no plan to extend these fields. Now it comes why SAP doesn't have any plan to extend these fields. Because from functional point of view, if you will think about, your numeric number doesn't make much sense. Your big numeric number 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9, 8, 8, 7, 6, 4, 7, 3, 2, 4, 4, 1, 9. These kind of big numeric number doesn't make any sense for any business. Wherever the requirement, personally, I have seen it, where business wants a bigger number, they want to put some intelligent code. And those codes are alphanumeric codes. Or some places they have denoted these 2 digits. 1, 2 stand for something, 3, 2, 4, 7, 6, 9, this kind of thing, to make it more intelligent. But this hyphen is there, so again it's a alphanumeric. So this only numeric big numbers doesn't make any sense. If you will give a 26 character numeric number to anyone, wherever it is written, nobody would be able to understand what does it means until unless you convert into an intelligent alphanumeric number. That's why this functionality is only limited for alphanumeric numbers, not for the numeric numbers. Okay. I hope guys you are clear that why this limitation is there. Let me quickly give this screenshot in our deck. And by the time if you have any question, you can ask. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so guys, any question you have on this simplification on the material? Okay, any question you have on the material simplification, you can ask it now. Before I proceed ahead to create our materials, I would be discussing one more simplification, which is related to your batch master. Okay, so if you don't have any question, let's quickly discuss the batch related changes, batch master related changes, which is quite new changes. Batch master changes. Now we are talking about batch management. What is the change in the batch management with SAP S4 HANA? So this change is available from 1809. If you are working any version which is less than 1809, you will not see this change. So what is this change? Generally, we do the batch management at 3 levels. There are 3 levels has been given to do the batch management. One is at your material plus client level. Second is material level, or you can say material and client level. And third is your plant level. These are the 3 level of batches which you can define, that how the batches can be created, how the batches need to be created. These level of the batches remain same. There is no change to it. The change which is coming is when you define a material level batch. So what was happening in ECC, as soon as you are with the material level batch, in this material level batch, when you create a master data and you activate batch management, this batch management get activated for all plants. Okay, if your batch is at the material level, you activated your master data batch management for the material. That material would be managed as a batch managed for all plants. Okay, so that is a big drawback where basically this is also an open question to SAP to answer it. I need to maintain my batch at a material level, but I don't want to maintain that material as a batch management at all of the places. In my manufacturing plant, okay, I want a batch management. In my distribution centers, I don't want it. Although I want it material level batch, but at my distribution center, that material should be there without batch managed. We have given that solution to some of the companies where we have created some kind of dummy batch. Okay, and that for the another plant, let's go ahead with the dummy batch. All the materials would be having a single batch number. So that kind of solutions we have given. Now SAP S/4HANA is coming with a solution where they have created additional field in the master data. Additional field in the master data interface, which is your batch management plant. So earlier we were having only batch manage, right? Now we are having a 2 fields, batch manage at plant level and batch manage. So when you are there as a material level batch, okay, and for a particular plant, you don't want to activate batch management here. No need to put that tick. Wherever you want to manage your batch, whichever the plant you want to manage as a batch management, you do both tick. This field is at your MARC table, and this is your MARA table, client level. Although your material is activated as a batch manage at client level, but the few plants would be skipped. Few plants would not be managed as a batch. To support this, there is also one additional configurations. One additional configuration has been given. I will show you that, where you can also put default. That's few of the plants where the batches need to be managed. By default, a tick would come as soon as you extend to the plant, and few places, your distribution center, where the batch need not to be managed, that would not be ticked. When you create a material master, it would not be ticked. Any question, any basic question in this explanation before I go in the system and show you the concept? Okay, guys, I hope you understand the concept. This is a very beautiful thing which has been come up. We were waiting for this for a long time, and finally SAP has provided a solution for this, and we are very happy. The solution works perfectly. Okay, let's go in our system. Let's go to our system and let's check how we can do the things.
Hi, Parminder.
Yes, sir.
But in ECC, in the configuration, when we have, there is an option where we can activate that material at the plant level, because there are in 3 levels we can define the configuration. So in that, it will not work.
So here also the 3 options are there. Okay, all the 3 options are here also. It is available. But now the thing is that when you define a plant level, when you define your batch at the plant level, you find a problem that the same batch, when you transfer it from one plant to another plant, it can take another batch number. And the characteristics, because it is not a material level batch, the characteristics is not by default copied to the next plant. Okay, that's why it is always preferable to have a material level batch where the material would be having a one batch number. If it goes from one plant to another plant, it would be carrying the same batch number, and the same characteristics associated with that batch will flow with that. That's why business prefer to go ahead with the material level batch numbers. Okay, but with the material level batch number, then they get this hurdle. They have gone ahead for this functionality for a material level batch number, but certain plant they don't want. So that functionality has come up now with the material level batch, excluding some of the plants where the batch is not required.
Can you give an example, Parminder? Actually, this particular point now not getting clear for me.
Okay. Let me give you an example. No issues. So what we are talking about, okay, first let me show you the config, then it will make more sense. It will clear to you. So it is nothing but, you know, the basics of your how the batches has been created. So first I will show you the config. You would be able to better understand that why. It's a very basic question, that why you need to go ahead with the material level batch or why you need to go ahead with the plant level batch. Most of the clients where I have worked, we have gone through the material level batch because the plant level batch doesn't suffice the requirements. Okay, let me go into SPRO. SAP reference IMG. And then here, we would be going into logistics general. Here is the logistics general. Within the logistics general, we have a batch management. Within the batch management, we have, first thing is that specify the level of the batch. What should be your batch? Whether it should be unique at plant level, unique at material level, client level for material. So if you go ahead with this option, what does it say? Your material X, okay, and the plant 1. So you see here the plant 001 is having a batch number 1 for material X, okay, and the same way the plant 001 is also having a batch number 1 for material Y. So the same batch number can be repeated for two materials. You got the point? The same batch number can be repeated for the two materials. So where the client wants that their batch number, once it has been created, it should be unique for the material. You cannot go ahead with the plant option. So when you cannot go ahead with the plant option, you have gone ahead with the option of material. At that point of the time, now in ECC, all of the plants need to be activated with the batch management. With S/4HANA, you have an option that although you are at the material level, although your batches are unique at the material level, still some of the plants you would be able to exclude it. You can say that my material X is having one batch, okay, and that batch would be for that material. That batch is not used by the another materials. And one materials move from one plant to another plant, it go ahead with the batch, same batch number. But once it jumps to a distribution center, I don't have a batch management there. So I want to switch off batch management at distribution center for that particular material. Now it is possible.
So it is started from 1809.
It started from 1809, yes.
So 1610 is same, huh?
1610 is same. 1610 is same, 1709 is same. From 1809, this change came up.
But in this, Parminder, in this types of which types of scenario it's happened? Normally, in case of plant to plant transfer for a particular material, then if the batch will be different, then the stock transfer will be different. Then it will be difficult for them.
That's why I'm saying that we need to go ahead with the material level. That's why I told you that all of the clients which I have worked, we have always gone for a material level. You have gone for a plant level, right? So what was your scenario?
No. Even I have also not got for the plant. That's why I was asking you for which types of scenario it's work, because normally everywhere material level only I have gone till now. That's why it's that particular point that when in S4 HANA they gave an option for the plant level. So where this types of
No.
scenario?
You have not got it correctly, Samrat. You
Okay.
have not got the concept correctly. SAP has not changed any of the level parameters. Level parameter has not changed. They have not changed that from material level. Now they have given a new plant level. No, that has not changed. Within the material level, you would be able to activate or deactivate a batch for particular material for particular plant, although it's at the material level. So the functionality which was available at the plant level, that functionality is now also available in the material level. You're getting it? The level doesn't change, but the additional functionality that to switch off material level batch management for a particular plant. Let's first see the scenario, then you would be able to understand. I think you still did not get the concept.
A little bit. Okay.
Yeah. First see the scenario, then you will be able to understand.
Yeah, sorry, Parminder, I had a question here, Pramod.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so our company actually, we have kind of 8 plants, and initially 4 plants we didn't have batch management, and as and when we acquired new plants, they were already with batch management, and we have batch at plant level now. So 4 plants are with the batch management and 4 plants without batch management. So we went ahead with batch at plant level because the old plants were not ready for the batch management in SAP, as they were more of manual. So now if we go ahead with S4 HANA, so our configuration will remain same, or we have to do something extra in Material Master?
Yeah, so the first thing you need to decide that how many these kind of changes are there in your, so this kind of configs are very, anything which is related to materials, anything which is related to batch, these are kind of a config. Once you have gone ahead, you have gone ahead. Returning from them is very difficult. So when you're going to S4 HANA, if there are multiple cases in your system is like that is there, first thing you should do it, you should go ahead with the greenfield implementation rather than going ahead with conversion. And in greenfield implementation, you should make sure that what should be your batch strategy, whether material level or plant level, you define it first. Okay, and then you do this configuration, you select the material level configuration of the batch, and then in the material master you need to set up some additional field tick that I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Although in the live system also now SAP supports, earlier the deactivation of the batch and those things was not possible, but SAP also provide in the live system also. Now you would be able to do these changes, but that solutions are the paid solution. So you need to approach SAP, and SAP with payable options, they can give you a solution where basically, even though the stock exists and then you want to switch off your batch management, which we generally say it is not possible, it's still possible. You can reach out to SAP. The SAP consulting provides some specific solution. They charge for it, and you would be able to do it. But whenever you are thinking of going to new system, it's always advisable if these kind of basic things are not set it up correctly in the system, go ahead with the greenfield approach.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
But Parminder, the business scenario only there's that sort of requirement. So in that case, how is it possible?
What is the business requirement?
the Pramod which he was asking, in their business scenario, in one plant they want to keep the batch management active, and another plant they don't want to keep.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, so it will work like that only. No?
No, it will work that way only. But if you want to go ahead with the material level batch and the activation and the deactivation at the plant level, that you can do it now.
But Pramod was referring that now in the current system they have like that, right? If I understood correctly the question.
The current
Yeah, so
system they have like that, and they want to proceed ahead with the
So how
new
do they
system.
achieve that? How did they achieve that?
With the new system, that's the question.
No. In the current system, I think he's saying that 4 company was without 4 plant was without batch and 4 company with batch.
So
yeah,
they are already managing it with the plant level batch, right?
yeah, correct. So currently we have activated batch at plant, and at the material master level, we are only activating for that plant itself, like in the material master, the batch management indicator. So once we indicate the batch management indicator, it is activating for those plants. But I think as per Parminder, this one, I think going ahead, we will go as is, right? Like in the material master will not do any extra activation if you want to be in plant, right, Parminder?
Let me show you guys. Let me first show you what you need to do it.
So
Yeah.
ECC was available, huh?
I'm sorry?
ECC, if you activate the plant unique batch number at plant level,
No,
still
Puneet,
you can deactivate in couple of.
guys, hold on. So we are just discussing what is there in
Yeah.
ECC. Okay. So this is what we are discussing it. This is as it is in ECC and S4 HANA also. You can have your batch at the plant level. You can have your batch at the material level. That is very much available. Okay. So guys, please go back and revise your batch management concepts. This is the simple basics of the batch management we are discussing, that what level the batch management can be activated. Okay, so this option is not going to change. ECC has a very much option available where the batch can be managed at the plant level, the first option. There is no change with that. Okay, so let me first show you that what is the new functionality, then only you would be able to compare it. Okay guys, so first I am going to create a material. So let's create our material. So our material code, I will give a name so that you all can remember SG02. FG01. Let me also give a name batch. Okay, I'm creating it as a finished good. So first I will only maintain the client level stuff, basic data, sales general plant data, and general data for my storage. The client level stuff we will be maintaining. Okay, I don't want to give any of this. So this is my SG02 batch manage material. Base unit of measure I will give piece. I will give gross weight 1, net weight 1. I will give L item group for finish. I think it's L004. Finish goods and general item category and ORM. So here I am having a tick of batch management. Okay, we have having a tick here. We also have a purchasing general data. There also this tick would be there. So I'm taking it as a batch manage. Okay, so here also the tick you will see as a batch management. Tick is there. So I have maintained the client level data. At the client level, my batch management tick is available. I will save it. Okay, so SG02 FG01 underscore batch has been created. Now this material we will try to extend at the plant level. Let's do these two. We'll try to extend at the plant and storage location, SG02, and the storage location we have created FGSM. Maybe we have created something else. No, I think we have created FG SG, right? Yeah, FGSG we have created. Finished good Sastrageek solution. Now you see here the additional tick is there, which is batch management plant, and this is already ticked. Okay, this can be controlled. You can tick or untick here, and there is an additional configuration also has been given, which can control this. Now this is my material level batch which has been activated in configuration. But for this particular plant, SG02 plant, I can select whether it should be batch managed or whether it should not be batch managed. By default, the tick is coming. We can do the configuration where basically we can remove this tick also. So by default, when it would be extended it, this tick will not come. So let's see where is that configuration. I'm not saving it. Okay, I'm going back to the configuration. So specify batch management default by plant. This is the additional configuration which has been given. So you can come here, you can go to your plant, SG02. So whichever the plant you want node to be, whichever the plant you want node to be batch active, so you can tick this, node batch managed. So although it is at the material level, okay, but within the material level, we are excluding few plants for the batch management. Now this is not a hard exclusion. This exclusion will go into your material master by default, but in material master for some specific material, within this plant also, if you want to activate batch, you would be able to manually tick it. Okay, so I have ticked this one. I will save. I will select my SG02. This is the one. I'll select this SG02 transport, and I have saved it. Okay, so this is the additional configuration. What I have done, I have said by default for this plant, batch should not be activated, although at the material level, the batch is activated. Okay, so I go here, I have not saved it, so I will go back. SG02, FG01 batch. My general plant storage 1, general plant storage 2, plant SG02, FGSG is the storage location. Okay, now you see here by default the tick is not there, but if you want to manage it as a tick, you can tick it here, then it would be a batch management. If you don't want to manage it as a batch, by default, because the configuration we have done, it would be coming as a non-batch management. Although at the client level data of this material is batch managed. And the status of this material is also, the level of this material is also material level batch managed. So this material, if one plant is batch management, another plant is not batch management, when you will transfer it from batch managed material, it will transfer to the another plant as a non-batch managed stock. Okay, so here also the batch management is ticked. If you will go ahead without batch management here, if I will just change it here, batch only at client level. So we'll see an example that we'll try to post the stock, and you will see that this one we would be able to post the stock. Although the batch management is activated, it would be working in the S02 plant as a non-batch managed material. And click on save. Okay. So this kind of scenario we have done in the other clients in the ECC. So the solution earlier we were used to provide that because our batches at the batch management at the material level. So all the plants, the batch management would be there, but we have done the enhancement that wherever you don't want to manage you don't want to maintain the batch, you actually don't want to maintain the batch, there would be a dummy batch concept where all of the material would be having, if you do the 100 of the posting, it will go and update a single batch. All the stock for a material would be going into a single batch. So that is we call the dummy batch kind of scenario we have provided. But now without the dummy batch, you can just stop it. And if you want to activate in future, you would also be able to activate it by making sure your stock is nil, and then you would be able to activate the batch management at that plant for that material. Guys, I hope that now you would be able to get the concept that what the new thing has been provided.
Parminder, in case of suppose conversion project, suppose we are working and where normally if the material is have the stock, then it will not work, no?
Conversion project, it will come as it is. So whatever your ECC configurations are there, it is batch level at the plant, it will come as a plant. Batch management as a material, it will come as a material.
We can, this particular configuration, we can't do it.
You can do it after the completion of the conversion. Okay, that also if the stocks are there, and if you want to do the changes, that's what the Pramod's question was, which I answered it. If you're looking for these kind of changes, you should look forward for a greenfield implementation. The solutions are available, but those are very complicated solutions, and you need to pay additionally to SAP where you already having a stock of the materials, and then you want to activate, deactivate, or transfer the batch levels. That would be a very difficult solution in a live system.
But normally, if the stock is available, then it doesn't allow, even though it will allow it with the help of SAP node.
Yes, it allows. We have done it for one of the projects. You need to take special services from SAP, and with the special programs they have created, now it is available. Earlier it was not there. Now they have created with the stock existing also, switching off and switching on back would be done.
I didn't know because recently I implementation project. This was the biggest challenge we faced. Stock were there, and because with the help of LSMW we have uploaded few materials. This batch management were not get activated, but with 561 we have uploaded the stock, but system doesn't allow. But you are saying it's allow. Okay, thanks.
But that would not be quick one. It would be kind of a mini project you need to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not just that SAP not implemented and okay, everything got correct. It's kind of a mini project, and it's quite expensive.
Can you give a quick idea in this discussion how it can be done?
You need to write a OSS message to SAP, and then they will respond back. The consulting solution of changing it. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. If you go to the Launchpad, support Launchpad, just search that activation or deactivation of batch management. You will also find SAP notes where they are guiding that how SAP need to be approached for these kind of solutions. Okay, guys. So now what we are going to do, so we have discussed the two simplification in detail, the material length extension, and we have also discussed the batch level changes. What is the changes that is there at the batch level? So what we are going to do, I'm going to maintain this material in detail. All of the views we are going to maintain it, so that in the next scenarios when we are running it, we would be able to use it. Okay, so we have already created a material. I will just extend it to all of the views. Although it is name is batch, but it is batch at the client level. But at the plant level, we have removed the batch management.
Can I do with Fiori?
I will also show you the Fiori part.
Okay.
Don't worry, Puneet, no need to ask me again and again for the Fiori. I will show you the things in both systems. Walk scheduling view, I am not activating it. Okay, costing, I'm not activating it. So only these views I am activating it. Let's define the organization level. Plant is SG02. Story location we have already extended. GSG. Sales organization as SG02. Distribution channel is SG. Yes, right. Okay, so I will quickly maintain a few of the things here. Our generic master data. We are not going into the deep dive that what are the things we are maintaining and why we are maintaining, because this is the standard stuff. I'm setting this material so that we can use in the scenario. What are the things has been changed? We have two things we have already discussed. Few more things we'll be discussing about, let's say the production version field and the MRP related fields which is not available. But for before that, I need to explain you the detailed concept of MRP. Then only you would be able to know that why the fields has been removed. I'll maintain item group category as MORM. Only the mandatory fields I will maintain. Let's see if anything else I need to maintain here. Okay, now let's go ahead. This batch management at plant I am not maintaining. Okay, let me maintain this transportation group and loading group. This will be used in different kind of determinations. MRP1, MRP type I am maintaining it PD. Lot size procedure I will maintain exact EX. And what else? MRP controller. MRP controller we have not defined, so it is asking whether we want to define MRP controller. I would go ahead and say yes. We will define the MRP controller. Define MRP controllers. New entries. Okay, so I will maintain for our plant SG02. I will maintain the MRP controller. Sastrageek. Finished. Rest of the things are not required. Save it. This has been maintained. Let me also copy it and maintain for semi-finished and raw material. Semi-finished. This is go. Okay. So MRP controller has been defined. Let's define this one. So this one I'm selecting the finished goods one. Okay, let's go ahead. Procurement type is X, which is I think fine. Special procurement we don't require. In-house production time, I will say 5 days. Plant delivery time, I would say 10 days. GR processing time, I will mention as a 1 day. This all parameters would be used in scheduling. Strategy group, I will define 40. Planning with assembly with the backward and forward consumption. Backward consumption of 30 days I will define, and the forward consumption of 30 days I will define. Okay, there is some change here in MRP4 view. We will be discussing in our MRP chapter. Now accounting ML is automatically ticked. We need to define the valuation class. I will use the standard valuation class 7920 for finished goods. Price I will define as a $10. Standard price. Do you want to save this material? Yes, let's save it. So HG02, FG01, batch material has been created. Okay, we will do one more thing. I will quickly create one raw material also, or raw material will create it later. So once we go ahead into the purchasing scenario, we'll get created one raw material exactly in the same way. But let's proceed ahead. So our material has been created. So this is the material we'll be creating. If we require, we'll create new materials the similar way. Now I can quickly show you how you can use Fiori for this. Now the use of the Fiori, this application is not much stable, as I mentioned. Okay, it's a new application. Earlier there was an old application available, which SAP has discontinued. Now we have a new application. So let's go into the Fiori and let's check what application we have. Some issue with the password. Okay, now it worked. Okay, guys, so we are back at the Fiori screen. So most of the things which we will be doing it, I would be some places where the basically configurations need to be shown. All the configuration also I have shown earlier here. You can go through the SPRO. You can open SPRO transaction from the Fiori screen, and you can do it from here, or you can also do it from the GUI. Okay, so wherever the Fiori applications are available, I would be showing you from the Fiori whether it's stable, unstable, whether it works fully or it is having the bugs, whatever condition it is, we'll be going through it. So now we need to go through a Fiori application. I will be doing a search here. I will be going in apps. The application is product master. Manage product master data. So this is application which was firstly created for the retail segment. Okay, they have now introduced as a standard Fiori application, which is available. But some of the functionality you would see, many of the things, many of the fields is still retail oriented. Okay, retail segment oriented. Okay, although this would be working as a normal creation of the material, you would be able to do copy of the material and running a report to find out the materials. You would be able to do it, but it has some limitations, and it would be having a more towards a vertical of your retail. More of the fields you will see related to that. So I just going here and click on the go to check all of the list of the materials. So you can see that different materials which is available, you can get it from here. You can go with your product number from here. Okay, if you want to go ahead with the product number, you can search your product numbers from here. You can also put a product group from here. So product group is nothing but your material group. So we have created it as a L004 finished product. So this terminology product has been used mostly in retail, and your APU and other side, we use this rather than calling it as a material, we call it as a product. So you can see that within the product category, these are the different materials are available. We will search our own material. So our material was starting with SG, right? So I will search a material SG start. So this is our material SG02 FG underscore batch, which we have created. You can click on this, it will take you to the detail of that material. A picture also can be shown. If you have a picture of your product, you need to do a small enhancement. You need to do a body implementation. By implementing body, by writing a small code, wherever you have stored the picture, mapping with the material number, you would be able to show the pictures also here. Generally, it is more retail oriented, where basically we show the pictures also here. So that functionality is also possible with the body implementation. Okay, so here you see the basic data. The structure is little bit different, which is available generally in your MM03. The little different structure is there. On top, you are having general information. Then all of the information you need to scroll it down. This is your unit of measure information is there. If you go into the unit of measure, you see the arrow icon here. Wherever the arrow icon is there, you will be able to go and find more details. Then basic test, inspection, this is the sales related details. Okay, this is the storage related details we have extended to the storage location, so that details would be there. Your shelf life related details would be here. Warehouse management, if you have maintained, that would be here. Your distribution chains, your sales data, that would be available here, whatever the details you have maintained. You can click on here and you would be able to go ahead in details. Here you will see that it has changed from product to distribution change. So here, if you will see, it will show you the navigation path. From home, you came to the manage product master data. Within the product, you are seeing product distribution chain. So here you would be able to see that what data, general data has been maintained. You would be able to see from here what sales related data which we have maintained. We have maintained this item category group NAORM. You would be able to see. This is the text category, no text I have defined. That also you will be able to see here. If you want to see your plant level details, all of the plant level details are available here. Your financial details which you have mentioned is available in the valuation areas. Okay, so this is your plant level details. You can click on it to go into the details, different parameters which is available in the plant. So here, if you want to go into the MRP data, we don't have MRP 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they have defined what is the MRP data, load size data, procurement data, MRP areas data, everything would be there under the MRP. Okay, this is MRP data. Then your lot size data, everything is available here. Your procurement data, rather than going into the different tabs, you just need to scroll it down if any MRP areas are there. For your procurement planning, what kind of data you need it, that is also available here. Lot size related data. So that all of the data is available. So if you want to see the storage location data, this is your storage location. It has extended to FGSG. If it is extended to multiple storage location, you will see the multiple line items here.
So when I click on that advanced planning,
advanced planning is a new tab we have not discussed yet. We have not activated advanced planning for this material. So I'm going back. What we will do quickly, we'll try to create a material from here. Okay. So when you go back here at this tab, you are having an option of edit. If you want to go ahead and edit it, you would be able to edit it from here. If you want to go ahead to copy it, you would also be able to copy it from here. Or if you want to go from the front screen, you want to create or copy from the front screen, you would be able to do it. You can select it, you can click on copy. Okay, it will ask you that which plants you want to copy it. If it is extended to multiple plants, you can straight away select which plants it need to be copied. The copy functionality is quite simpler compared to your what we do the copy in the MM01 transaction. Distribution chain, whatever need to be selected or deselected, just take there we need to define copy from this to this, copy from this to this. Here it is simplified. Okay, copy it. We need to give the product name. I will give SG02 underscore FG02 underscore Fiori. Okay, and then SG02, this is Fiori copy. We created it through copying from Fiori. Rest thing I'm not changing. I press OK. It will go into the next screen. It will ask me if I need to change anything in this. So now you see the all of the fields earlier which you are seeing as a display, all of the fields would be available as a change. So all of the fields you would be able to go ahead and change it from here if you want to change it. I don't want to change, I will just click on save. So there can be some inconsistency in this one. So it says that there is some duplicacy. So there can be some inconsistency. As I said, it's a new application. It doesn't work that swiftly. Let me check if there is. Plant it has copied. Okay, let me go and talk. Looks good. Let me try to save again. So you say that master data record is saved. We go back. So you can see here SG02 FG01 batch is available now. Okay, it has been created through Fiori. Let's check in our backend system.
Parminder, one question. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. In Metal Master, if there are multiple changes, we have this change records, which you can see. So you, in Fiori, how do you see that? If there are mass changes done?
Okay, I will show you.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
So here you can see that this material we have created, FG02 Fiori is also available here. Just want to show the basic data of it. FG02 Fiori copy, whatever the data we have created is available here. It's the backend and front end is in proper sync. So let's say if we go it here, FG02 Fiori batch, and then we will be having some more option here. Display change, open in display change documents. So this change documents would be opening it here in again in the same kind of transaction which happen in the GUI. Okay, it is not simplified for Fiori. This is a little bit distorted because of inconsistency of our variant which we are using it. For this material there is no change, so it will not appear anything, or if there is any change it will appear here. There's a previous one, the changes you can see it from here. Okay, so this is a simplified application. Whatever the things is there in simplified application would be happening here. Rest all things SAP has supported through linking it with the standard GUI application. So for the change documentation, you have seen it goes to the standard change process.
Thanks.
Yeah. If you want to download this information into the Excel spreadsheet, you would be able to do it from here easily and quickly. If you want to change this view and you want to add some another fields in it, okay, so here the fields are available. You can go ahead and select the fields which you want to show it. If you just want to create it, you can also click it here, and it will ask same way we have also seen in the business partner, right? The same way you would also be able to see here that you need to just give product number, basic unit, some of the fields you need to give it here, okay, and then description, and then you will click on OK. Again, it will go into the detailed page. You need to fill all of the things there. You need to click on save, and then you would be able to create a material master through Fiori also. The handling of the application, we have a same kind of application for batch management, but the handling of the application of batch management is quite better than this one. This we have found is still having some bugs. If you are using it, be ready that you need to implement few of the nodes to fix the bugs in this application. The mass processing here, although it is shown here, but it would be only working with your MDG implementation. So you need to implement MDG. Okay, with the MDG implementation, your mass maintenance of business partners and mass maintenance of material master only happen with the MDG implementation. Apart from that, you can go ahead with the mass maintenance through MM17 or mass transaction, which was available. Same kind of transaction can be called through SAP Fiori screen, and you can do it. But you will see in the procurement department, when you will see, there's a lot of functionality that we can quickly change purchase info records, purchase requisitions, multiple things we can do a mass changes through the Fiori application. So that happened through the Fiori application. This will be happening through Fiori application if you have implemented MDG. If MDG is there, you would be able to use this mass processing options. You would be able to load your data in mass through MDG. You would be able to also change your data in mass through the MDG request. Okay, guys, so we have covered the basic of the material master. We have also created our material master. That has been done. And if you have any question related to today's session, you can ask it now before we close our today's session. In tomorrow's session, we will be jumping into the business partner, and we'll discuss business partner in detail, concept, customizations, and how to create it by using Fiori applications as well as through the GUI transaction.
Hey, Parminder.
Hi.
I have a question on the activation thing, the ledger activation.
Yeah, please go.
So I did whatever the prerequisites were, except those 63 errors which we got. So do we have to fix those 63 also for the material ledger activation?
No, so so what step you have done? Have you posted FB50 transaction?
No, I was not able to post because I haven't gone through those 63 errors.
Yes, so those 63 errors need to be resolved. Then you need to activate. One thing I would guide you is actually that the errors which comes, it's a little bit inconsistency of the system. So let me show you. We have seen, although that is also not guarantee that you will not see those errors. Actually, the posting variant system should automatically take it from the company code variants which we have defined. Okay, and it should copy it in all of your extension ledger, which system is not, the system doesn't do sometime. But what we have seen, if you'll go into the financial accounting and financial accounting global settings, global parameter for company code, enter global parameters. Okay, yes, I will go to our SG02. I'm showing in the display mode. You can do it, open it in the change mode. And here you maintain your field status variant, posting period variant, fiscal year variant, chart of accounts together. You maintain it together and save it. Okay, so you can create it from the path which I have shown you. So there's a two ways. Once we have created individually, and then when we have created, we have also assigned it to the company code. So what we are saying here, you can create it one by one, but you can come to this transaction, and then you can assign all of the four variants: your chart of account, fiscal year, field status variant, and posting period variant. You assign it together and save it. We have seen that if we do these steps, 80% of the things, the posting period variant would be automatically copied to the extension ledgers, and you will not face that 63 errors which right now you are facing it.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, the way is that in the presentation also we have shown, you need to go. It's a little bit tedious activity of 1 or 1.5 hours it will take, either to maintain a posting period variant or to delete the company code from the extension ledgers.
Okay. And can we quickly do MMO1 also? I just have a question there also, because I was from CRM and then shifted to customer service.
Sorry, which transaction?
Like MMO1?
MMO1.
I mean, material creation.
MM01. Okay.
Yeah. So these industry sector and material type. So material type also, so because we did those material type like FERT and HULB and those three, right? But I didn't see material type like FERT and HULB right away here. All those are with the.
Okay. So you are not able to see in this system or in your system?
In my system, like FERT and HULB. I think I'm using 400 client of 1909. I'm not sure.
No, are you
using a different system?
No, Parminder, I guess he must be saying that FERT and that FERT he is not able to see. He is only able to see the description.
Oh, this thing. Oh, you are only seeing this description.
That
This code you
setup.
are not able to see.
User parameters, I think.
User parameters.
So you need to go here.
Options.
Settings. You need to go into the options. And then within the options, we are having it under the
visualization.
No, that is the show within the drop list, that tick.
Yeah, so this one. This is a tick under the visualization one. Show case in the drop list. You need to select this one. Then it will be showing FERT SFG also.
Okay.
That's a very important setting. Everyone need to do it. Otherwise, you know that we are creating everything with SG02, and then SG02 you would not be able to see it. So once you do this setting, it would be applicable all the places. It will be showing the code as well as the description.
And we didn't do anything with the industry sector in our current config, right?
No, we have not done anything. We are using the standard industry. Any other question, guys? If you have not set it up your system, please do the setup. Okay, don't lag behind. If you have not practiced on Fiori, please start practicing and exploring Fiori. Don't lag behind. Okay, guys, if you don't have any further question, we are closing our session here for today. Tomorrow is very important. Many people have a lot of questions, huge amount of questions on business partner. All of the questions is going to answer related to business partner in next 2 sessions. Okay, guys, thank you all for joining today's session. We'll be connecting back tomorrow morning, same time, and we'll proceed ahead. Thank you for joining.